Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. One of the biggest mistakes you're making in life is being too kind to everyone. I'm not saying kindness is bad. No. Kindness is powerful, but when you give it to the wrong people, it destroys you instead of... You see, life isn't a fairy tale. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Some people will take advantage of you. They will use your goodness against you. They will drain your energy, waste your time, and leave you empty. Kindness is one of the greatest gifts we can offer to the world. It has the power to heal wounds, to lift broken spirits, and to bring light into the darkest places. But kindness, when given without wisdom, can also lead to heartbreak, exhaustion, and even destruction. Not everyone deserves your kindness because not everyone values what is good. There are people in this world who see kindness as weakness. They see generosity as something to exploit. They will take what you offer, but they will never give back. They will accept your patience, but they will never change. They will smile in your face, but behind your back they will take advantage of your good heart. And the more you give, the more they will take until you have nothing left. We've been taught that kindness should be unconditional, that we should always turn the other cheek, always forgive, always keep giving. But there is a difference between being kind and being naive. There is a difference between having a good heart and allowing yourself to be used. When you give kindness to those who do not appreciate it, you are not spreading goodness. You are enabling people to continue their destructive ways. Wisdom must go hand in hand with kindness. A wise person understands that love does not mean tolerating abuse. A wise person knows that forgiveness does not mean giving someone endless chances to hurt you. A wise person sets boundaries because they know that kindness is valuable and not everyone is worthy of it. Look at the people in your life. Are they lifting you up or are they pulling you down? Are they grateful for your kindness or do they take it for granted? Do they appreciate your time or do they only come to you when they need something? The answers to these questions will tell you who truly deserves your kindness. Being selective with kindness does not mean being cruel. It does not mean shutting your heart to the world. It means protecting your spirit so that you can continue to shine. It means choosing to pour into people who will pour back into you. It means refusing to be drained by those who only see you as a resource to be used. There is strength in kindness, but only when it is given wisely. Do not waste your love, your energy, or your compassion on those who do not respect it. Instead, give it to those who will cherish it, to those who will honor it, to those who will multiply it. When you do that, your kindness will no longer be a burden, it will be a blessing. And that is the kind of kindness that truly changes the world. There are people in this world who do not see kindness as something to be cherished, but as something to be exploited. They do not see it as a reflection of goodness, but as an opportunity to take more than they give. The moment they recognize that your heart is soft, that you are willing to give, that you are patient and understanding, they will use that against you. Not once, not twice, but over and over again until you wake up and realize that you have been drained of everything you had to offer. Some people do not appreciate kindness because they have never had to live without it. They take it for granted, assuming that no matter how they behave, you will always be there, always willing, always giving. They come to you when they need something, but the moment you need them, they are nowhere to be found. They accept your generosity, but they never express gratitude. They take your time, your energy, your love, and they leave you with nothing in return. You see, kindness should not be an open invitation for people to take advantage of you. There is a difference between being compassionate and being a doormat. A person who truly values kindness will not use it to manipulate or control others. They will not see it as a weakness, but as a gift. But those who have selfish hearts, those who only think of themselves, will take everything they can from you until you have nothing left to give. And the painful truth is that the more you tolerate it, the worse it becomes. The more you excuse their behavior, the more they will take advantage of you. They will keep pushing the limits, testing how much you are willing to endure. And unless you recognize what is happening, unless you have the courage to say, enough, they will continue to use you for as long as you allow them to. You must open your eyes. Not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. Not everyone who calls you when they are in trouble truly cares about you. Some people are only there for what they can get. And the moment they have no more use for you, they will disappear. But this is not about becoming bitter. This is not about shutting the door on kindness altogether. It is about being wise with who you give it to. It is about understanding that love without boundaries leads to suffering. It is about realizing that you were never meant to be used, manipulated, or taken for granted. So guard your heart. Be kind, but not at the expense of your own well-being. Give, but only to those who value what you have to offer. Because kindness is a precious thing, and if you continue to give it to the wrong people, one day you will wake up and find that you have nothing left for the ones who truly deserve it. There are so many people living their lives trying to please everyone around them. They say yes when they want to say no. They sacrifice their time, their energy, their happiness, all to gain approval from others. But no matter how much they give, it is never enough. No matter how hard they try, someone is always unhappy, always asking for more, always finding something to criticize. And yet they keep on trying, hoping that one day they will finally be appreciated, finally be loved, finally be enough. But the truth is, you will never please everyone. No matter how much good you do, there will always be someone who finds fault. No matter how much you give, there will always be those who take without gratitude. No matter how hard you try, there will always be someone who says you are not doing enough. And if you live your life trying to meet the expectations of others, you will wake up one day exhausted, empty, and wondering why you spent so many years chasing approval that was never yours to have. People-pleasing is a trap. It is an endless cycle of doing, giving, sacrificing, and never receiving anything in return. And worst of all, it is never about love. The people you're trying to please don't truly care about you. They care about what you can do for them. The moment you stop giving, the moment you start setting boundaries, watch how quickly they turn away. Watch how fast they lose interest, because they were never there for you. They were there for what they could get from you. And yet, so many people struggle to break free from this pattern. They fear that if they stop pleasing others, they will be rejected, that if they say no, people will be disappointed, that if they put themselves first, they will be seen as selfish. But let me tell you something. There is nothing selfish about protecting your peace. There is nothing wrong with prioritizing your own well-being. There is nothing ungodly about standing up for yourself and refusing to be used. The only way to live a life of true freedom is to stop living for the approval of others. You were not put on this earth to be at the mercy of everyone else's needs and desires. You were not created to be a doormat, to be walked over, to be used until you have nothing left to give. You have a purpose, a calling, and a life that is meant to be lived on your own terms. So stop sacrificing yourself for people who do not care about your well-being. Stop saying yes when your heart is screaming no. Stop chasing the approval of those who will never see your worth. Start living for the one who made you. Start valuing yourself the way you deserve. And start realizing that the only person you truly need to please is the one who gave you life. When you do that, you will finally find peace. There comes a time in life when you must realize that not everyone is meant to walk with you. Not everyone deserves a place in your life. You cannot pour yourself out for people who only take. You cannot keep sacrificing your joy, your peace, and your time for those who do not appreciate them. It is time to set boundaries and start protecting yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. Many people think that setting boundaries is selfish. They believe that saying no is unkind, that walking away from toxic relationships is cruel. But nothing could be further from the truth. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They are about keeping yourself whole. They are about making sure that you are not stretched so thin that you have nothing left to give. They are about knowing your worth and refusing to let others diminish it. Think about the relationships in your life. Are they lifting you up or tearing you down? Do they bring peace or do they bring stress? Are the people around you encouraging your growth, or are they draining you with their demands? If you find yourself exhausted, always giving and never receiving, always being the one to fix things, to apologize, to make things right, then you are in a one-sided relationship. And that is not love, that is not friendship, that is not how God intended for relationships to be. You must learn to say no. You must learn to walk away. You must learn to protect your heart, your mind, and your spirit from those who do not respect them. And it will not be easy. People will call you selfish. They will try to make you feel guilty. They will say that you have changed, and they are right. You have changed. You are no longer willing to be used. You are no longer willing to be taken for granted. You are no longer willing to live a life that is dictated by the expectations of others. There is a difference between kindness and self-sacrifice. There is a difference between helping someone and allowing yourself to be manipulated. Love should not cost you your peace. Compassion should not leave you feeling empty. Giving should not leave you broken. If it does, then it is time to set boundaries. The people who truly love you will respect your limits. They will understand that you cannot always be available, that you cannot always give, that you have needs too. But the ones who only wanted to use you, they will become angry. They will walk away, and that is okay. Let them go. Because if someone's love for you is based on what you can do for them, then it was never real love in the first place. Protect yourself. Set boundaries. Be kind, but do not be used. Love, but do not let love destroy you. You are worth more than a life of constant exhaustion. Choose peace and never apologize for it. There comes a point in life when you must ask yourself, what am I building? Am I building a life of purpose, or am I simply surviving? Am I focused on where God is leading me, or am I too distracted by people who drain me? Because if you are not careful, the wrong people will keep you from becoming the person you were meant to be. They will waste your time, fill your mind with doubt, and keep you so busy meeting their needs that you neglect your own growth. You cannot carry everyone with you. Not everyone is meant to go where you are going. Some people will try to hold you back because they are afraid of being left behind. Some will resent your success, your peace, your joy, because it reminds them of what they do not have. Others will discourage you, not because they care about you, but because they do not want to see you rise higher than them. You must make a choice. You can either protect your peace and focus on what truly matters, or you can continue to exhaust yourself trying to please people who do not have your best interests at heart. But you cannot do both. Look at the distractions in your life. Look at the relationships that leave you feeling drained. Look at the people who always bring negativity, who always complain, who always need something but never give anything in return. Ask yourself, are these people helping me grow, or are they keeping me stuck? Your time is precious. Your energy is valuable. You cannot afford to waste them on things and people that do not serve your purpose. You have been called to something greater. And in order to step into it, you must learn to let go of what is weighing you down. This does not mean you stop loving people. This does not mean you become cold or distant. It simply means you become intentional about where you invest your heart. Love those around you, but do not let them pull you away from your calling. Be kind, but do not let your kindness be an open door for manipulation. Be available, but do not allow yourself to be drained to the point where you have nothing left to give. You must guard your peace, because without it, you cannot move forward. Without it, you will be trapped in a cycle of exhaustion, always giving, always helping, but never growing. And God did not place you here just to survive. He placed you here to thrive. So start protecting your peace. Start focusing on your growth. Stop entertaining relationships that do nothing but take from you, because the moment you let go of what is holding you back, you will finally have the strength to reach for what is ahead. And when you do, you will find that everything you have been searching for, joy, purpose, fulfillment, has been waiting for you all along. There is a powerful truth that too many people ignore. You must love yourself first. You cannot keep pouring into others when your own soul is empty. You cannot keep giving love when you have none left for yourself. You cannot keep showing up for people who would not do the same for you. There is nothing noble about sacrificing yourself to the point of exhaustion. There is nothing holy about neglecting your own needs for the sake of others who take you for granted. For too long, you have believed that putting yourself first is selfish. You have been told that true love means giving everything you have, even when it leaves you broken. But that is not love. That is self-destruction. You were not created to be drained. You were not meant to spend your life feeling unappreciated, unseen, and undervalued. There is a time to give, but there is also a time to step back and ask, what about me? Some of you have spent years making everyone else a priority while ignoring your own heart. You have been so busy tending to the needs of others that you have forgotten what it feels like to be cared for. You have poured so much love into ungrateful people that you no longer know what it means to receive love in return. And now you are tired. Not just physically, but deep in your soul. It is time to change. It is time to love yourself the way you have loved others. It is time to set boundaries and say, I matter too. It is time to stop waiting for someone to give you permission to take care of yourself. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to come along and tell you it is finally your turn. You must choose it for yourself. You must understand this loving yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. Because when you love yourself, you start making better choices. You stop tolerating disrespect. You stop allowing toxic people to stay in your life. You stop giving your energy to those who only take. You start protecting your peace, valuing your time, and surrounding yourself with people who truly care about you. And when you do this, everything changes. Your spirit becomes lighter. Your heart begins to heal. You begin to find joy in places where there was once only exhaustion. You realize that you were never supposed to carry the weight of the world alone. So today, let go of the guilt. Let go of the fear that putting yourself first means you are letting others down. You are not called to please everyone. You are called to live a life that honors the person God created you to be. And that starts with love, not just for others, but for yourself. When you finally embrace that truth, you will understand that the greatest kindness you can show the world begins with the kindness you show to your own soul.